This month, Dungeon Nytes is partnering with Armada Games to bring you our monthly giveaway. Armada Games, located in Tampa, Florida, has been serving the community for over 14 years, catering to board games, card games, minis, and RPGs. For all you dice dragons out there, they boast the best collection of dice in the city, with over 400 unique sets available in acrylic, metal, and semi-precious stones, including the upcoming Nebula line from Chessex. Shop online now at shoparmada.com. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Dungeon Nytes, our weekly dose of D&D from us to you. Last week was an intense week. We lost our first party member. Gotiruk met a rather awful end at the hands of an evil something. TBD. And the party is now trying to figure out how to move on. They collected the best they could from the remnants of the shrine that they were at. They found a new companion in a Goliath Thorin who saw their battle from the mountain and came down to see what all the fuss was about, and then proceeded on a trip back to Conyberry to kind of collect themselves. And that is where we're going to pick up the party this week. I'll just let anyone go that wants to go at this point.
After a couple of hours of kind of sitting on those steps in front of the inn, inadvertently, I would trance for 4 hours. Not really willfully, more because of just this sheer exhaustion caused by the emotional weight of the moments leading up to when he sat down on the steps. His trance is just every bad moment that he's ever experienced playing in his head for 4 hours.
Ashin, you're going to hear intermittently the voice of Chevrash going to talk to you during the trance.
Remember, Ashin. Don't dwell. Heal. Process. Remember your anger. Know these feelings, but don't let them consume you. If your purpose is to avenge your brother, you must be clear of mind, slow to anger, just in your vengeance.
Kind of trying to reiterate those lessons through all your
hearing Chevrash's words is going to take the storm that is his trance and calm it to a gentle breeze. And rather than focusing on the pain, he's going to begin to kind of replay memories of Gotiruk, their first meeting, their first fights, drinking together, eating together, hunting together. And when he wakes, only a handful of tears fall down his cheek as he stands up and gets ready for the day.
By this point, it would be morning.
When they got to their destination, Asteria landed on the roof and went into her trance from that spot. Eventually, she would pop out of the bird form and just sit. In her trance, the events that just unfolded play over and over in her head. And she just eventually succumbs to the feelings that normally accompany not someone of the Spring Court. And after her trance ends, she kind of looks down to her hands and notices the change. And kind of looks around for a way to get down. Because in her thought process, she didn't get that far.
So what does that look like now for Asteria? Describe that change.
Normally, Asteria's skin color is very pale green. But now, as she looks to her hands, it's a very just pale, almost grayish color. Pick up a piece of her curly hair, and it's white and blue colors are on her hair. The green is gone. She can't see it, but her eyes are no longer green as well. They're a ice blue color. And she kind of pulls up the hood of her cloak up over. She looks for a way down.
You see that there's kind of adjoining roofs that aren't quite as tall. Would be an easy kind of jump for Asteria to make. She'd be able to make her way down to a much more reasonable distance to kind of hop down to ground level.
So look around for everyone else. See what the plan is. See if they're ready. She intends to stick to her promise that she made.
She'd probably find me first, still standing on the steps, kind of adjusting my armor and checking over my bow and making sure the string's good and checking my arrows and making sure they're sharp and the fletchings are in good place. And when I see her, are you okay?
No. Just kind of shakes her head.
I'm not okay either. But we need to get this done.
Where's everyone else?
I haven't seen anyone come outside yet.
Leif is inside making tea.
Walker is inside. Looks like he might be praying.
I guess we go inside.
Probably still asleep on the
We'll nod and
couch or
follow.
whatever.
I will open the door for her and be met with the smell of tea. What does it smell like?
This is a very special tea that Leif doesn't use very often, that he's had. It is just a cherry blossom tea.
Ooh. I'm going to head that way. Ashin follows his nose.
He's just making tea. He has the faintest of smiles on his face, but that's life.
I'll, knock on the side of the door.
Oh, he's in the kitchen area.
Oh.
Yeah.
Standing in the doorway or whatever into the kitchen, I'll just,
Yeah. Hey, Ashi.
hey, got an extra cup?
Yeah, I actually have I have 5. One for everybody. I don't think I caught the name of the tall Goliath.
Odd name. Ice Walker.
Okay. Ice Walker does. Yeah, here, I have the, he pours a cup of tea and passes it to you. Do you want me
Thank you.
to go in first, here, you two?
I'll have a cup too.
Oh, hi.
I'll
You're-
step aside so he.
She has the hood up, but you can probably see the bits of hair
It-
that are no longer green.
Dysteria, you're different?
She kind of looks to the side a bit. Eladrin are ruled by emotion. We can change when we go through an event, or we're overwhelmed by emotion, depending on what the emotion is.
So this is sad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the tea is kind of like you. It's cherry blossom. It's more of a spring tea, but here, he hands you a cup.
I'll always be a spring Eladrin. It's just kind of doesn't continue, but drinks the tea.
Okay. You'll stay in the kitchen and
I'm gonna go check on Bamir.
I think he just kind of fell asleep on the lounge area. I don't even think he got up to his room. So you should find him there.
I think you just like collapsed him.
Yeah. Ice Walker was praying somewhere. I think I heard him muttering.
Okay.
If you see them, let them know I have tea for them.
Sure. I will walk off in search of Bamir sleeping on a couch.
Amir actually probably would be awake at this point. And if you look for him, you probably see him kind of standing up and kind of stretching a little bit. It's always a bad idea to sleep in armor.
Hey,
Hi.
did you get any sleep?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Leif made tea.
Okay.
He's in the kitchen.
All right. You'll get the bag of holding and come in.
Bamir.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry him alone.
I know.
Okay. Let me know. And then I will go find Ice Walker. Listening for the sounds of a guy praying.
At whatever table he could find, sitting and praying, eyes closed, so he probably won't notice you walk up.
The floors in here are wooden, so you would definitely hear
Here,
kind of the footsteps approaching, soft thuds.
I roll stealth.
Yeah.
roll
Gloomstalker.
under a 14.
Yep. Gloomstalker gonna stalk.
Then go ahead and stalky stalk.
That's a 31.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have a passive of 14.
For a tall elf, you walk on cat's feet.
I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'8".
I know.
Time to hit the road.
Time for tea. Please join us.
Sounds good. Lead the way.
Sure. And I will lead the big guy to the kitchen. Watch your head.
He's ducking.
Leif already has 2 other cups out for Bamir and Ice Walker, and he occasionally just prestidigitations it and keeps it like the perfect temperature of warm.
Shane, as you and Thorn kind of go back into the kitchen, you see, for being old and abandoned previously, it looks like it's been kind of fairly well retrofitted. You find a few barrels with some fresh provisions, various cooking utensils, essentially anything you would need appears to be here.
Is anyone hungry? Should I go and collect breakfast?
Would you like me to assist you with that?
It's fine, I got it.
I suppose I should eat.
Give me a few minutes. I'll go find something. I will set my cup of tea down on the table, and I will make my way out the front door to go find breakfast.
Thorin did something, but no one saw.
Apparently
With my
not.
passive of 21?
Nat 20.
I rolled a nat 20.
What's your
Yeah, what's your plus?
I don't have a
plus 0? My passive perception beats your roll.
Ashin will see
It's a
that.
natural 20, though.
I actually kind of
Skill
want
check.
Ashin to see this, but Ashin will see, or anybody with a passive over 20 will see Thorin pop a flask out, kind of real gently, and pour something into his tea.
As Ashin's turning around to walk away, he just curves a little bit of a smile and keeps going.
That is such good tea, though. My
Now
heart.
it's better.
Now it's just a little bit
Reasons.
better than it was.
That is lies and slander.
It's just a little better.
So I'm attempting to make my way out into the foresty area
Mhm.
to collect maybe a rabbit or something
Oh, yeah.
and some berries.
As kind of previously described, due to kind of the various presence in this area, Ashin, with there being a dragon out and about, you're not really able to find small game. It seems that most of the creatures have kind of ventured away for the time being. There are a few birds here or there lingering about, but nothing really that you would want to make a meal. That said, you were able to forage a number of berries, etc.
Well, I guess this will have to do. And I will go back with my berries and nuts and maybe some mushrooms, whatever I can find. And
Like I said, there's definitely some provisions in the kitchen area that you're able to see.
when I get back to the kitchen, I will set my haul down on the kitchen counter, and I will look through the kitchen to see if there's any types of meat or anything to have with breakfast.
Yeah, so kind of looking through, you do see that there is a bit of deer meat that has been kind of cured, and you find some bits of pork that have also been kind of salted and wrapped in kind of thicker paper.
Okay. I will look for a cooking surface.
Oh, there's the kitchen. Again, the kitchen has been kind of fairly well retrofitted. You find the kind of countertop is a thick kind of oak. It's probably a good 1.5 to 2 inches thick in a 2-foot section in the middle of this kind of countertop area where there seems to be kind of a cooking stove and then somewhat of a kind of a wash basin at the other end. And this 2-foot 2-foot kind of long center section appears to be almost like a procured cutting surface, almost like a butcher block that they've kind of retrofitted into this area.
So I will plate up like the berries, and I will set them, if there's a table in the room for people to like pick from to eat, I will set the berries down so people can start eating. And then I will cook the meat up with the mushrooms.
What's that smell like?
So the mushrooms I imagine are probably a little pungent because they're mushrooms, but a good smell. And then when I throw the meat into the pan as well, like the pork's already salted, so
Right.
just smells like somebody's cooking up a pork chop.
While Ashin's doing this, where is everybody in the building?
Asteria would have sat down.
Okay, is everyone basically at a table except for Ashin?
Yeah.
Okie
Yeah,
dokie.
Vamir would have come in and saw that you'd made tea for everyone and thanked you and sat down and started drinking it. And
Ice Walker's standing in a corner somewhere because he probably can't fit in the seats.
he's actually Vamir's actually very appreciative of the tea and says this is really good tea. Where'd you find it?
I like tea, and I keep a just on I have for special occasions. This is more of like a cherry blossom tea, which you really don't get cherry blossoms that often, except in like the spring. So it just seemed like it's kind of a short-lived tea to acquire, but it's very beautiful in the time it's alive. So
A fitting tribute.
looks over at Thorin. I don't know his name's Thorin at this point.
Yeah, you just think Ice Walker.
Ice Walker.
I think everyone thinks he's like.
Yeah.
He hasn't given the full name.
Ice Walker, do you want to come sit?
Oh. Hello.
Just gonna wave.
I can just imagine Bamir's face at this point, like finally realizing there's an over 7 foot tall hulking Goliath
300-pound guy
standing in the room in full armor.
The small
huh?
Asteria just kind of turns and looks up.
5'3",
She's
yeah.
sitting down. She's 5 foot.
Oh yeah, you're 5 foot, not 5'3".
different looking at Asteria.
So do you want to come sit?
Just gonna look at the chairs, kind of look down at himself. I think I'll stand.
Okay, no. He puts 2 chairs together, and he goes up to you, and he grabs your wrist. Nope, sit, and pulls you.
Okay.
One for each cheek. Here
He
you
goes.
go.
I guess so. He's gonna try to get comfortable in the chair. The-
You kind of found us. Well, I mean, I first met you just randomly. You were already traveling with these 3. Who are you?
Yeah.
My name is Thorin Icewalker. I previously lived on the mountain before the dragon pushed me out of my home. I overheard your quarrel while I was traveling. Saw the outcome.
Yeah, that's Cryovane. They kind of do that. It's kind of their job. Well, I mean, not usually like this bunch of sad. I mean, and Asteria usually isn't white and gray and blue.
Oh,
I thought there was something different, but
It's just like,
Mir's like, what's in
is
this
going
tea?
on?
what?
This is great tea. Wait, what?
I go to sleep for one day.
What the hell is going on?
Asteria just kind of sighs. It's something that Eladrin do. We're emotional people. If things happen, we can decide to change for a little while. And I'll be back to normal eventually, probably. This is just my way of dealing with...
I mean, okay, I get it. I feel like I've been out of it for a while. I'm sorry.
You were kind of out of it yesterday.
Anyway.
After the food is done cooking, I will portion up the pork for all of us, and then I will set plates out for everybody at the table so they can eat the pork along with the berries and whatnot I left on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take the deer meat and I put it on one plate and I put it in a spot by itself.
I'm just gonna give you a knowing look and nod.
Does anybody need anything else while I'm up?
No, you can come sit down. We have to go talk to Venom Thane here in a little bit. Oh, yeah, Thorin. Venom Thane is a giant green dragon. Well, she's maybe an adult green dragon. She's a green dragon.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it was a friend.
Acquaintance?
For Ashin,
Ally.
Apparently not an enemy.
I like her, but yeah, she's a bit intimidating.
Sure.
She's a dragon. But she's helping us with Cryovane, so.
Me of my enemy.
Yeah,
More
kind
or
of.
less.
We had a rocky start. It went well at first, and
We tried to kill her.
I tried to talk to her, and it went really well. And then
Did
then it's a long story. Anyway, she's forgiven us,
Sure.
probably.
Just green dragon.
But yeah.
Just gonna go back to sipping his tea.
All right. So we should try to find Brugor.
Well, yeah. I guess everyone that now knows, well, did know that he was alive, are now dead, except for us. So we have to go do that.
Another friend you're missing.
Brugor was a tentative ally.
One of Gotiruk's clanmates.
Yeah.
Promised
Oh.
Gotiruk we would find him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That being said, Thorin, what do you do? All I've kind of seen you do is pray. Are you like a kind of clerical or?
Battle it enough tear.
Oh.
So I quit adventuring. He's an older guy. He looks about 40-ish. Just near middle age for his kind.
Derek looks at Ashin. like mouths the word tear, like she's confused.
There are many gods.
I know that.
Yeah, I know actually nothing about Tyr.
He is the god of justice. Hence why I'm here.
So, are you gonna help us with the dragon?
I have reason to want the dragon gone as well.
Okay.
I am all for avenging our fallen brother.
I mean, we can.
And then
Yeah.
Ashin will pull his flask out and raise it at the plate of venison. Take a quick sip and then put the flask away.
We do need as much help as we can get with a dragon.
Precisely why I was headed to Phandalin.
Oh, that's
Where
kind
we're
of.
from.
Yeah, it's kind of now a hometown. I mean, none of us are from there.
Gonna
True.
be a look of realization on Thorin's face. Because he was seeking you out specifically.
More like a base of operations.
We do own a tavern there.
You're
We
the
do.
Fist.
We are.
Still are.
Mostly.
Heard whispers about a party. I was coming to offer them aid. The quicker we got rid of the dragon, the quicker I could go back home.
Well, you found us.
I guess
Sorry you didn't get to meet all of us.
Not our best moment.
We also have a barkeeper. He's a goblin named Droop. You'd really like him too.
If we could not mention it to Droop right away.
It's.
Let me have a conversation with him first, please.
I mean, he's not dumb. If we come
I
back
know
without
he's not.
Gotiruk,
I know he's not dumb.
we come back with someone just taller. I mean, we can't pass him off as Gotiruk.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't feel comfortable shape changing to do that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, good.
That being said, we don't want to waste today. We should move quickly today.
Thorn, are you equipped to fight a dragon?
he looks it.
He is, like, sword and
Yeah.
shield and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, can you describe Thorn for us in a bit more detail? We're in a tenuous spot.
That's fair.
What do they see when they kind of eye up Thorn at this point? Now that it's daytime, obviously you're in clear view.
First you'll notice that he is decked out in full plate armor, like he's ready to go to battle at any point. He doesn't have a lot of weapons on him, but he does carry one. And there's not a ton more than that.
What's his weapon of choice?
He has a longsword on his hip.
Okay. Does he carry a shield offhand or?
It's on his back at the moment. Not sure if they would see it. He does have a cloak on, so it's behind everything.
What kind of shield is it? Is it more of like a kite shield? Is it a round shield?
It's just a round shield.
Is there any defining characteristics about Thorn other aside the fact that he's Goliath?
Picture of him. You'll notice that he does carry a few, looks like broken blades, like smaller short swords that are broken. He has some iconography of Tyr, which y'all wouldn't know what that would be anyway, so that's all good. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, we do need to go. Yeah, this is a bit of a sore subject, but I mean, there's a couple things that was in the bag that we might be helpful. I think Gotiruk did carry a couple potions, and we should probably get the sending stone out.
Yeah. Mimir will reach in the bag and pull that stuff out.
Okay. Leif wouldn't really remember, but I would. He has a potion of flying. I know that. A superior healing potion, I think. And the sending stone. I think like his weapon, his hammer, his sword, that can stay. The tattoo obviously is on him. The gauntlets, that's also kind of technically on him right now. So it's going to be sending stone, potion of superior healing, and potion of flying.
Well, I think Gashin took all of his equipment.
Oh, he also had a potion of healing. One potion of healing as well. You're muted.
I have his equipment in my bag.
Okay.
Which I should probably put in the bag of holding now, so it's not taking up weight.
Yep.
Long weight, man.
So I will move Gotiruk's weapons into the bag of holding, and then kind of look at the sending stone and stare at it for a minute. Then I give it to Asteria. So I have one and you have one.
Okay. Should put it in her bag.
And then the 2 potions and potion of flying, potion of spirit healing, potion of healing. We can break those up.
Yeah.
Needs to fly? Looks at Thorin a bit. Do you have any shooty things?
Does he? Does he have some javelins?
Javelins? Okay.
I keep looking at the wrong sheet and it hurts.
Oh.
No, he has some javelins. He's good.
Javelins, okay.
I think I'll stay on the ground.
Okay.
As you all are going through the gear, you guys are going to see kind of the front door to the inn swing open. And Yared's going to walk in.
Hey, Yared. Do you want some tea?
Tea.
I will accept some tea.
I pours some more tea.
Ashin pulls out his flask and waves it.
Ashin, this is
not today.
This is really nice tea.
Puts it away.
Keep sipping.
I've come to see if you need anything.
I think we're ready just to go talk to Venomfane in like 2 minutes.
You wish to talk to the lady.
I thought that was the plan.
I apologize. I'm a bit out of it after learning the news. I didn't know him for long, but I felt very connected.
We would love to have you present in Phandalin when the time comes.
I would like to be there, but I'll need to confer with the lady. There are various movements happening. As you no doubt know, we have been investigating to try and find the location of the one known as Brugor. Last night, Cryovane flew over Conyberry.
and we sent some scouts to track his movements. He broke off not too far after Conyberry, but was certainly headed that direction. We think he might have realized that we were tailing him.
Were you able to find it then?
Not yet. But the scouts did continue on in that direction. They're going to go until they hit river, and then split off in each direction. Hopefully by tonight we shall find this place.
That's good. Anything? Oh, Bamir! Bamir!
Yeah.
That sword that you picked up, would that be good for Thorin? For the dragon?
I mean,
he's a paladin, right? He hits things.
probably. I suppose. Would you like to try out this sword?
Thing to help to kill the dragon.
I should hope so. It's a Dragon Slayer longsword.
We'll take it from you if you're offering it to him.
We're borrowing it, so.
As I said when I walked in, is there anything you might need other than an audience with the lady?
I think that's kind of the main thing, right? Looks at like Ashin and Styria.
She's gonna sip the tea.
Where were you going to talk to her about?
Ashin said he had some ideas, and I have an idea or two, but it seems like we kind of need to get to Brugor kind of quick. So.
Well, I mean, we can start heading in the direction that the scouts went.
Good.
If she's willing, I had thought to ask for her help in getting us there rather rapidly.
We can ask. Leif is going to stand up, get his stuff ready.
We're supposed to ride anything?
If she's willing. Doesn't have to ask.
He looks over at what's her face?
Yarad.
Skeptically.
Stranger things have happened.
I guess there's a first time for everything.
I will warn of this. Certain circumstances that I cannot discuss now might limit what Lady Venomfang is able to do. So if a request is denied, please do not take it as a slight against our agreement. Understand there are constraints on her currently.
Did her and Cryovang get into a fight?
I am not at liberty to discuss.
That's fair. Well, either way, she's been helpful so far, regardless of anything else, so... Worst case, I could just turn people into birds.
If the information about what happened between her and Crowvane would help us in our quest to defeat her. I think that any information about that would be part of our agreement, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I'm trying to persuade her.
We'll see when we get there.
Let's see the roll.
It's almost a 20.
21 though, still good.
21.
I understand your position and your reasoning. And I am obviously moved by the current situation. While I would not betray the lady's trust, I will only say that if I will restate, rather, she and Crowvane are not on terms. They are at odds.
I understand.
Shall we go then?
If she's willing to see us, yes.
I will go and see when she would be ready to receive you.
Okay.
Wait
We'll be here.
It most likely will not be long.
Okay. We'll sort the rest of the items and stuff.
And Yard walks out. But she kind of sees you kind of going through things that she recognizes are Gotiruk's, and seems to have kind of a distasteful wince as she walks away.
It would be the potions, not the actual like sword or gauntlets.
Oh, okay.
So
Fair enough.
yeah, just the potions are left. So let's quickly like potions to each person.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do with those?
Go ahead.
Someone can get a potion of flame. Someone get a potion of superior healing, and one person get a regular potion of healing.
So the group of us all have ranged, but our colleague here,
He said he didn't want it.
Yeah.
I
right?
already asked him.
But if Crowvane gets in the air, all of us can shoot at him. I would rather you be as effective as you can, sir.
Yeah, Life
That
just takes
means-
a potion of flying and puts it in front of him.
You make a fun.
Bamir will
his
take
bag.
the regular potion of healing.
Okay. And there's one superior.
Uh,
Life has 2 healing potions already.
I took that one because I already had a potion of healing, and I just
all
wanted
I have
to
is a
increment
regular potion of
quantity.
healing, so
Mysteria?
Yeah, I just have a regular potion of healing.
Okay, one of you can take the superior then.
No, probably Asteria.
I defer to her.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this is the greater
Superior.
superior.
Yeah. Get that 8d4 plus 8. When we use those.
If we use them.
Yep. Yeah, the great sword and gauntlets will just, and the warhammer will just stay in the bag. Don't have a use for them really. So what's our plan if we go fight Crowvane? He's a dragon.
Yeah. Do we draw him out of his element?
If he's by Brugor, he's not at his lair. Unless his lair is where Brugor is. So it's
sounded like he turned off from that and went back. Based on what the scouts said.
Well, either way, we have to get to Brugor.
Right.
But we don't know where he
That's
is.
First and foremost in my mind right now.
Well, if the scouts that Venom Fang is sent out can locate them within the next few hours or so, then and Venom Fang is willing to carry us, then we can get there relatively quickly. Otherwise, if she's not willing, we should probably just head in the direction that they went.
That brings up a good question. If she can't fly us, kind of the thought I kind of got. If she can't, though, how are we doing that? I can turn us into birds, but I can only do it for, at most, 4 hours. And after that, I don't have any higher level magics for the day.
Yeah, if there's a chance that Crowvane could show up there, then we should probably just try and go on foot or maybe on horseback if we can.
I mean, I could do it once or twice and it's really not a hindrance.
Well, no sense in using up. If we're going in expecting a fight, then we should be at full strength.
Agreed.
What's more important, getting there sooner or getting there too late and being at full strength?
I mean, either way, if we have to fight a dragon, then it's a moot point if you don't have access to the best you've got.
Well, I can work that. I'm pretty good with manipulating magics.
I would rather you be at your maximum for that fight. We can still move relatively quickly. Just won't be.
Okay. Just saying, I could, if it's not too far away, like if it's a couple hours, that really doesn't do too much to me, to be honest. I'd probably just work my magics a bit so that way it would, I just can't do a lot of the lower level magics.
Well, hopefully that what we were able to accomplish yesterday slowed down that process. Though it didn't sound like we stopped it completely.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's another reason why to get to that site.
Sometime.
I will go about cleaning up the mess from breakfast.
Just precipitation. Everything cleans.
Put stuff away.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think if we took the high road, then some of their scouts are more likely to notice us coming. And we know they have access to magic as well, so.
Yep. Don't want to be a bird and then not be a bird over 100 feet in the air.
That would not be fun.
Oh, yeah.
But Mary, you know how to dispel magics. How far does that actually go?
Not that far, but
okay.
More I'm thinking of messaging or sending.
Okay.
Ruining any
surprise.
Type of surprise.
Birds are pretty natural though, like.
Well, these are
giant birds.
These are giant birds.
So be up really high, so they look small.
Perspective.
Either way, I think if we encountered Crowvane in the air, we're even worse off.
This is very true.
So after about a half hour after Yard left, she'll return.
The lady will see you now.
Thank you.
Does
If
she
you're
know about
ready-
Gotiruk?
Please follow me.
Okay.
Pardon?
Does she know about Gotiruk?
I informed her, yes.
Thank you.
Just backpack and let's go.
I grab my stuff. Follow Yard.
She leads you out to the
Dragon.
street. She leads you out to the street, and you kind of continue to walk north down the familiar path. For Leif, it's an interesting walk, as just days ago, he was here with Gotiruk under very different circumstances. For the rest of you looking around, it's eerily quiet. You remember kind of seeing and hearing of multitudes of followers, yet you see no one. And as you continue further down the road, you are confronted with the sight of the cottage of a banshee. That you once graced early in your adventures. Now vacant.
I point over to it. So we stopped by there. Last time we were here, Banshee's gone.
On?
She's gone. I assume
Oh.
Venom Fang kicked her out.
I'm assuming Venom Fang killed her, because
She's already dead.
yeah.
So
Yes.
re-deaded her?
Banshees don't relocate.
You can clearly see that the house is overgrown as the land has aggressively moved to retake the cottage. Making a turn to your right, your odd glances back to make sure that you're keeping up. And walks
Bumir's gonna quietly hum the Song of Spring that he learned from the Banshee.
Ashin will say in Elvish, "Go in peace."
Leif will not get kicked out of her house again.
You're on a turn and walk about 150 feet down the path, and then stop. All around you, as you progress down this portion of the walkway, you notice that there are no buildings down here, and the walkway itself appears to be fairly new, cleared away from thick brush. And the further you walk down this path, the more the land seems to be overgrown. You begin to see very exotic looking plants and flowers blooming all around you. As you push in further, you begin to see briars thicker than normal. Vines 2 inches thick, with large barbs coming off of them in many directions. And as Yard stops, she's standing in front of a large boulder, which kind of ends in, kind of creates this U shape as you're walking into it.
if you would permit, please keep your hands visible. The lady is a bit on edge, and with so many of you being here, and with what happened the last time that all met you, she is understandably a bit weary.
If I may. And he takes his bow and just puts it on the ground at his feet.
It's just kind of... To be fair, even if I can't use my hands, I can still cast magic, so... Can't really do anything about that.
Good timing to say that.
I'm a sorcerer. He just holds the staff and tosses on the ground at least. Well, there's 2 spells I can't do.
That's unnecessary but appreciated.
We're bound by agreement. She has nothing to fear from me.
Yared kind of puts her head down, and it gets eerily quiet around you. And you begin to hear a rustling from behind the boulder. And as you do, you see the head of Venom Fang rise from behind in all her glory. Her head, again alone, is massive. She is large, kind of fin that is not super extended at this point. It's kind of very relaxed and almost kind of gently leaning backwards. She's got very kind of large, aggressive, almost kind of crests that seem to go and shield over her eyes. And her elongated kind of snout and brimming with teeth that are exposed on each side. And her extraordinarily long neck raises to tower over you, almost what feels like 2 stories high, and then comes to settle and rest on the rock in front of you. And that's all that you see of her.
I'm gonna take a step or 2 back.
She's fine. Don't worry.
You have nothing to fear from me.
He's gonna roll insight on that.
That's fair. Your first time meeting her.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to feel about this.
Let's see the roll.
17.
As you look at her and try to get a read on that, her eyes kind of like fire over a bit, almost like you see this kind of shimmer as it happens. And you almost feel that you can see her smile.
Don't worry. As I said, all is safe here, new one.
Does she have like any... I mean, we saw her a few days ago, but it was kind of dark when we talked to her. Now it's more daylight. Do we see like any like new like scars, anything across like her face or like the side of her neck that weren't there when we first met her?
You don't see any scarring, but what you do see is that it appears that her color is less vibrant, and it's almost grayed in some areas. It's kind of inconsistent around her face. It's not wholly kind of synchronized like it was last time. Leif, when you remember meeting her the first time, she was a brilliant, just kind of luster of this bright green. And now it's not so much.
Would it be from me studying dragons? Would it be from her just aging naturally, or would it be a mix of that and maybe some injury or sickness?
Most likely not sickness, most likely going through kind of a period of molting.
Okay.
Where her body's kind of expanding and growing and her scales are kind of growing out of themselves. And that's causing the kind of exterior to dull before she kind of settles into her own.
Yara just said you had a request of me.
I did. I do. I'm not the best with words, so I apologize. I'm just going to be blunt. We actually need your help. We made Gotiruk a promise. And I'm asking for your help to keep it.
You're going to see her give you this very inquisitive look.
We're kind of, I think he's trying to ask, we're wondering if there's any assistance you could provide either with Cryovane or even just if we do know where Brugor is being kept that your scouts are trailing to fly us there? Understand if you can't?
I would like to extend condolences for the loss of your companion. He was an imposing and well-loved figure. No doubt you will feel his loss for some time. I will need to beg your pardon, for at this time I cannot offer you physical assistance. I will also be blunt. I am going through a certain process, one that requires that I rest quite a bit. And due to this, I am not able to carry you or move readily. And I tell you this at understandably risk to my own peril, with you all being here and knowing my limitation.
Once again, would Leif know what process she's talking about, or is this something else she's referring to?
You had have read in your studies that while dragons are kind of going through transitions, that there might be periods where they are less active, but nothing really kind of overly detailing why.
Okay.
Vamir is actually going to roll insight on her.
Go for it.
Well, I'm going to roll insight on Vamir's behalf. I don't know why it rolled twice, but it was a 17 or no, 19.
19. Bamir, you get the sense that it's a 3/4 truth. There's certainly truth to the fact that she's not able to move, but you feel like there might be more to the process than what she's letting on.
Lady Venomfang, it goes without saying that I appreciate your at least seeing us. When last the lot of us met, we were at odds.
That was an unfortunate encounter. I know that not much time has passed, but I was fairly quick to anger.
So was I.
Yeah, to be fair, they did talk about killing you in your own home.
That is not something that is wholly unexpected when you're a being such as I.
Suppose. Did you get the tea that I gave to Urod for you? I'm not even sure if you like tea, to be honest.
I'm going to start talking to her in Draconic. And I'm going to say, I have one other favor to ask of you, and it's just me that is asking.
Well, does she say anything to Leif's question first?
I did receive your tea, Leif. It smelled delicious. However, also potentially toxic in the best kinds of ways.
That's good. Looks at Ashin knows he asked this question because I know to track.
For my own travels north of here, I was made aware of a presence of some unwelcome guests. And I only ask that there may be an exchange of information down the road.
You see her kind of shift her gait a little bit and look directly at you.
I can feel the magic in you. And I know of those you speak, the Dark Ones. I've smelled them, I've seen them scurrying about. They are an interesting bunch. I sense much power in them, and they command a impressive army of dimwits.
Leif's just kind of looking back and forth.
She's speaking in Draconic?
Yes.
Yeah, so only Leif is like looking back and forth between them, like, what is going on with this conversation? I don't know what this is they're talking about.
Sarah has no idea what they're saying, so she's just like, okay.
Yeah, I understand it. I just don't really know.
I will happily pass on more information as I feel that they will come to be no friends of mine.
My thanks.
I do want to know why. Humor me, if you will.
Vengeance.
It's always something. And if it be vengeance, then so be it. I will give you a insight in return, elf, as I feel a great desire for us to be able to trust one another.
She has kind of one eye on Asheen, and she's also glancing at Leif.
Yeah, I
while
look to the
she's
party
doing this.
and then come and say they're kind of having a private conversation that I'm also in.
Between us, friends, I am with child.
Is that also Draconic? Looks at Sheen for a second. Looks. It says in Draconic, congratulations. Hopefully.
It is a process. One that is new to me, but one that I am trying to understand. So you could understand why I am being somewhat defensive and apprehensive about leaving my nest here. And appreciate your discretion.
Piece of Draconic. So
You have it.
yeah, we're not gonna tell anyone else. Not them either. Still Draconic.
What I can do for you is this.
And she's going to switch to common at this point.
The way of the scouts is clear. I've made sure of that. I will lend you all the horses so that you can make haste north. Preserve your strength and make good time.
You are too kind.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must take my leave.
And you see her kind of head recoil and shift down again behind the rock. And as she does, Yarad kind of moves in a center position in front of the rock.
As she backs away to behind the rock, she's gonna see Ashin bow. Kinda deep.
You're going to see her eye kind of raise a bit as she goes down. You might catch a half nod.
Leif's bowing, but that's because he's going to pick up his staff.
Asteria is so confused and she sees bowing, so she just bows, I guess.
As he picks up the staff and looks at Sheen bowing. Right.
Ashin will then pick up his bow and throw it back over his back and stand up.
Thorn just looks confused as hell.
Well, we have horses now.
We do.
Sorry about half the conversation being Draconic. It was...
I've never seen a Goliath ride a horse.
I have my own.
Your own horse?
Oh.
Fine steed.
That's right. Paladin has the Find Steed spell.
I mean, technically, Bamir and Asteria have horses in Phandalin.
I thought you
have
returned them.
horses here.
Nope, we bought them.
Oh,
Pay for
you put them in the stables.
Yeah.
Got it.
I am excited now to see this noble steed spell.
Find steed is cool. Find greater steed is even cooler.
What?
You remember Sunrin? How she got a Pegasus? That's find greater steed.
See, like, to me, again, I don't know how many of you have seen this movie because it's rather old, but the movie's called Krull, and they basically have like these fire steeds, which are Clydesdales that can run through the air, and when they do, they leave a trail of fire. It's flipping awesome.
That actually exists in D&D, and they're
I-
called nightmares.
Oh, it's amazing. And you're left there with Venomfang having kind of disappeared behind her rock. You're going to see Yard kind of motion for you to go back down the pathway.
As we're going down the path, I know it's overgrown and there's like briars and everything over. There are flowers, you said, right?
Yes.
Is it like next to the path, or are they really far out?
Oh no, like this path is like carved out brand new and like
Oh, okay.
encroached on this path are various flora and fauna.
Are there any like bright green flowers? Like an emerald green or even like a purple or an orange, anything like that?
Definitely purples and oranges, not necessarily anything that's green from that perspective.
Leif is going to, I guess, try to be stealthy. He's not like being super discreet about it, but he's gonna try to pick one of the flowers. He'll pick a purple one.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pick one. That's fine.
He opens up his herbalism book. He puts it in and presses it, but above it, he's going to write in Draconic, and it's going to say Conyberry, then hyphen teleport, and press the book.
Okay.
That's it.
As you press the flower, it's going to release some pollen into the air.
Okay.
And I need you to give me a Constitution save.
That's what I was waiting for. That's fun. I luckily am proficient in these, but I'm Leif.
You are Leif.
All right.
16.
All right, good. You are not poisoned.
Anybody else need to roll that save? We're all kind of walking in proximity.
It's very,
No.
very small. Very
Okay.
small amount of pollen. Just within his proximities, he kind of shuts the book. It's going to... Well,
Ashin's just going to be like,
Hmm.
you all right?
Yeah, just poofed into my face. We're good.
You know, you don't always have to pick up things.
I know, but there's a pretty flower.
It was pretty.
Says the guy that carried around poop in his pocket.
Oh, why? Did you want some? And I reached for my pocket.
I've had enough of your poop, thank you.
says the guy carrying around a body in his bag. Anyway,
Oof.
you make your way.
That was a deep cut.
Here's your rucksack.
Cutting
you make
words.
your way down the path. Hanging a left at Agatha's old cottage.
If you will wait here, I will go and fetch horses for you.
Thank you.
And Yared's going to kind of disappear between a couple of the houses.
We're just waiting in front of the cottage.
Mm-hmm.
Siri's gonna peek her head in there, see if everything's still in there.
Everything is kind of disheveled. The
Yeah.
roof is essentially caved in. tables and things are broken in half. And like I said, vines have overtaken the entire cottage, so it's very different than you remember it. It is no longer the well-preserved kind of anomaly, but kind of historical jewel of Conyberry. It is now just as broken as everything else.
Okay. Pull her head back out. Go back to everyone else.
Looks at Sheen and says in Draconic, you know I heard all that, right?
Yep. In common.
Okay. Goes back to common.
So
Okay.
what was all that about with the Draconic?
Ashin walks in the house.
I mean, Bamir, dragons speak Draconic.
There's not a way for you to really walk in there. Like, poking your head in is one thing, but like it's filled with debris and crap.
I am looking for the mirror, the comb that we brought her.
Oh. Give me an investigation check.
I mean, it's true that dragons speak Draconic, but
It's a
she's been
5.
speaking to us in common the whole time.
Well, I know, but sometimes it was just, he starts
you-
speaking Draconic, and
You're looking in vain.
I wonder where it went.
where went? What went?
The comb.
I mean, Venompain probably has it, to be honest.
That's true. She can keep it.
I mean, dragons like their hordes. They like pretty things.
True.
I assume she probably had when they got here, all the cultists went out and like searched through all the houses and find stuff.
Does it feasibly look like that there was a scuffle inside the cottage?
Scuffle,
Like-
dragon on top
like,
of the house.
Let me just put it to you this way. In video game terms, if you were to like pull the Division or, Assassin's Creed reconstruction of what happened there, it would essentially look like a dragon's foot went through the roof a couple
Oh.
times.
Oh,
Like straight through the middle.
it could still be in there.
Oh, it very well could be in there. It's just covered under like just
I mean, we could take a look, Hashim, but I could use Biggie's hand and clear it out.
like keep
I don't
in
want you to
mind-
use your magics for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say bear in mind, Venom Fang ripped the roof off a house when you guys fought her a while ago,
Yeah.
and she's bigger now. Bigger claw, right?
Yep.
Styria, did you have something? Oh, I thought you put your hand up to like.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just
if-
kind of waiting.
If the door isn't destroyed on the front of the cottage, I will close the door.
Falls over.
The door is essentially like on like face down, like where the door entrance would have been. The door is kind of on the floor, overgrown a little bit.
I kind of want to make this nice for that banshee.
Agatha? I mean,
Because-
yeah, it's kind of destroyed.
You gonna pull a
Yeah.
Hagrid and kind of like take the door and just try and like put it back in place?
I'm not strong enough for that. I look at the Goliath.
This was the home of a banshee named Agatha.
Um,
You're an interesting bunch.
She kicked me out of her house.
I'm trying to pay my respect.
Because they tried to ask her too many questions and almost got us all killed for it.
I showed her
It
a
wasn't
spring
me.
day. It was me. And Bamir.
It wasn't a mirror.
I said they. I said plural.
Yeah, it was me and Bamir.
So I wonder,
Just
Ice
wanted
Walker.
the whole answer to the question we did ask her. That's all
If you
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
mind standing the door back up for me.
He'll pick it up, put it where it needs to be.
How do you know where it's supposed to be?
There's a
Thorn-
door frame.
Thorn, give me a
Where does a door go?
Thorn, give me a strength check.
Window. Gosh, yeah.
I mean, I
Good
kind
at
of
those, but
pictured the
apparently
building
not.
as mostly rubble.
I
No,
will,
that's fine.
I will
That's
assist.
perfectly fine. No. It's okay. If you want to assist, that's fine.
I will
Please.
assist. Give him advantage.
Okay. It's just meant to be a fun check, but
Well,
this is
that-
going to be even more interesting.
No, this is the
dice
correct check.
gods
This was the
have
correct check.
spoken.
No, so just kind of for a fun posterity's sake, anywhere between 8 to 13, well 7 to 13 was going to be you put it back up nicely and correctly and it sticks. If you went over that, you were basically just going to push it through and it was going to fall through the other side because you put a little too much mustard on the weenie there. So, yes, so you're able to kind of pick up the door and kind of break it free from the kind of overgrowth and just walk it over and stand it up. And it's almost like it kind of wedges itself in there because the frame is no longer quite square around where the door
So-
would have been. So you just kind of.
So what you're telling me is it's stuck in there pretty good?
Oh, yeah, it's stuck in there good now.
I'm going to pull out my dagger and I'm going to carve Agatha's house on the door
And
In
Elvish,
Elvish.
Sylvan?
in Elvish.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thorin's just confused. He doesn't know what to say anymore.
Bamir's confused too.
It says Agatha's house on the door. I wrote it in, trying to pay the lady some respect.
A banshee.
She is one of my people.
That kicked you out
I
of
mean,
its
she
house.
was. Then she became.
So she kicked me out of the house.
Right.
If you see over
To be
there,
fair,
you might be able to see like the dirt mark where I went sliding.
Okay.
to be fair, Ashin, she was one of my people.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he's an elf. He's fayish.
Damn.
But it was a banshee.
Yeah,
Right.
she was a
Yeah.
banshee.
Yeah.
Banshees used to be elves. Well, fae.
I,
You know,
I get
Thorin-
that part.
If you're gonna travel with us, there's some things you should know. We, for some reason, some of us tend to make interesting choices when it comes to who we should call a friend. I'm just throwing that out there.
Was my choice in you and calling you friend interesting?
I
Want to all over again.
I didn't say all your choices were bad. Just, a select few.
There was Droop.
Was that a bad choice?
Did not think we betrayed.
Yeah, very purposefully, I might add.
There was Brugor.
He's a good guy.
I mean,
Then there's Gundren. Nesnar got impaled on a wall.
okay.
I didn't try to keep word with him.
I'm talking about, the dragon. Or.
The dragon was a good choice. You guys screwed that one up.
Tried to befriend a green dragon.
It worked. And
Not
I
at
didn't.
first. I tried to kill her first.
I tried to befriend her, and it kind of worked. And then they talked about killing her in her own home, and she heard because it's her own home. And she pulled the roof off and was all
I
angry.
got put on my ass.
Yeah. But
An interesting bunch.
we're doing okay now. See?
And there's.
Might I add that befriending Venomfang makes sense.
See, Ashin gets it now.
I mean,
There was also the Manticore.
I didn't try to befriend the
Tried to
Manticore.
befriend a Manticore as well.
look, if
And it
you
worked.
Thought if anybody thought
Did
that
it though?
was possible to talk a manticore out of its own teeth,
What? Elaborate.
I'm really
Like-
good with people.
Leif has a silver tongue. Sometimes.
Bamir is good. Okay, I guess Bamir is good with people. I'm good with people and creatures, but he's better with people.
Did help with the Manticore though.
It did. We didn't have to fight a Manticore.
I mean,
Talked it
that's
out of its
true.
teeth?
Yes, we convinced it to let go of its teeth.
Yeah.
There may or may not have been some eluded threatening involved there.
Failed threats, very heavy too with that. But it got to keep its life for its teeth.
We didn't take all of its teeth, just a few.
Just 2 teeth. We needed to cure a druid who had been frozen by cryovane. It was to make a potion. Who I found
It
out
worked.
now, the really mysterious entity that was talking to me in my head that they couldn't really hear was actually the Traveler. I talked to Asteria about it.
The Traveler talks.
Oh, are you familiar with Traveler?
So
Are
he
you
has heard of
surprised?
me.
Are you surprised that we connect to deities? I talk to one regularly.
Your deity not talk
No.
to you?
That's not exactly.
Does yours
normal.
not talk to you? Ooh, that's got a
It's
sting.
a lot to take in.
I guess you put it. Asteria's deity seems really nice, kind of like a mom. Mine's kind of neutral in the middle, and then Ashin's is kind of a dick.
Listen, he gives good advice.
Never tried to speak directly to my.
Remember what I said about patience, Ashin? Maybe now's a good time for a punch.
Okay, your god.
I'm gonna make an unarmed strike at Leif.
Okay,
Go for it.
That's a 10.
Just
It's a weak jab.
Look, I don't punch. It's not my thing.
hi, Ashin.
Hi.
What's that? You should
Most
stick to
of us
bows.
is terrible strength. So
The horses.
You say horse.
Look, whoa!
Hold on, but I want to get back to tier.
Machine, hold on.
Horses have gone to Isengard.
I thought we've moved past. I thought we've moved past attacking people in our group.
Look, it's one thing to just blindly attack someone. It is another to take a personal slight.
Because Chevrash is a jerk?
I swing again.
And your arm's
Oh,
gonna
I got-
glow when you do.
That's only a 6.
Once again. Ashin! You are terrible at punching people! Stick to your
You're
bow!
right. Is that what you want me to do?
Not really! Let's go
Okay.
fight a dragon!
I'm with Thorin here. Let's go to the horses.
she was
Thorin's
supposed to
just
bring
gonna
them to
grab
She
us.
said
a
she was going to bring him to
flask.
us.
We're waiting for
Where are
Yura
the
to come
horses?
back.
Thorin
Hey!
pulls his flask out and he's drinking.
What are you drinking?
It's a I don't even know anymore.
Wait, but I want to know: does your deity not talk to you?
Yeah, what's tier like?
Well, wait,
I have
hold on.
never tried to speak directly to. the
Don't you
Lord
pray?
Justice.
Wait, a
I
paladin
do,
that
but I don't
drinks?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little drink. I pull my flask out and tip it at him.
I mean, don't like when you go to like the churches and stuff, don't they have like wines and things? Isn't that not uncommon for alcohol and faith? I don't really
I
go to
mean,
church.
I've never seen a paladin drink before.
I'm sure they
Drinks.
drink.
Have you hung out with a lot of paladins?
I mean,
What
I
if it's
knew
a paladin
couple
for-
in-
To a god that drinks.
Actually, this is a good point. All of us right now speak to deities, or we'll have a deity, except for Bamir. Bamir, do
Yeah.
you actually have a faith? We never
I'm the
talked about it.
sane one here.
Oh,
Oh, is
But
that what it is?
you don't believe in the pantheon or deities or anything.
You know,
I mean,
like,
I'm
for being
sure
a
they
bard,
don't
he's quite
believe
the
in them,
fuddy-duddy.
I'm sure
Your
they're
friends
up
talk
there
to
or
them.
something. Yeah, they all
Yeah.
have these weird conversations.
So you don't
My
have a faith?
deity bestows me with things.
You've seen her with her bow, her radiant bow.
Look, all I know is
I can
that
do fire magic now.
yeah. So yeah, he talks to him, and he just rewrote his entire being. It's not a big deal.
Is that not proof enough for you?
Bamir, if
Yeah.
you want, I can talk to the traveler for you, and we could.
No, thank you. No, I don't need any voices in my head.
Every party needs a pooper. This is why we invited Pamir.
It's in my head only.
Yes.
Bamir, the traveler said that you're a party pooper.
Sure he did.
Can you like he says this out loud, like kind of like looking up. Can you just like talk to Bamir so that way he doesn't think I'm crazy?
No, I don't want your voices in my head.
I would dare not give him the privilege.
Drinking more. he's just putting
What-
it back. At this
Leif is
point.
going to
Although I might
shape
talk with
change.
Tyr. That new paladin guy seems like a good time.
Good to know. Leif is going to shape change his voice into the travelers, and it's going to burn a singular sorcery point and subtle spell a message to Bamir.
What would you like to say?
He's just going to say it's only like 6 seconds. So, hey
He is
Bamir,
not a willing target.
You
Does
don't
it have-
even know.
does it have to be
He
willing
doesn't
with
even know.
You don't even know.
It's the subtle
He
spell.
doesn't know it's it. He doesn't know it's coming. He can't be unwilling.
You don't have to be a willing target for message. It's just a
What's he
creature.
say, Leif?
Hello, Bamir. This is the Traveler. We're gonna have some fun later. That's it.
Hey there, Pamir. This is the Traveler. We're gonna have some fun later.
You get the fuck out of here.
Bamir, you okay?
Ashin will like spit out some of the good stuff like mid swig.
Did he talk to
What?
you? Bamir? Just looking around all skeptically.
If you did this, if you told him,
I told him to talk to you. I've shape changed my voice back, but
No,
it's
so-
fine.
Hold on. So, Leif, give
Yeah.
me a religion check.
Okay, I'm bad at those. Par for the
Wow.
course. It's me.
Wow.
A one.
1.
Okay. Never mind.
Oddly
Then.
enough, the paladin is bad at religion too, so don't feel bad.
It's an intelligence check.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Amir gets
But,
off this time.
Oh,
I think
Well-
Asteri wants to share her deity. She's good.
the Travelers for all.
Look, I'm not friendly with the Traveler.
I love subtle spell so much.
I'd love to see what the deities talk about behind closed doors to each other.
Well, apparently the Traveler actually knows Sehanine.
I'm not surprised.
Probably knows Chevrash too.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I'd have to ask him. You want me to ask him?
I mean, I feel like we're kind of leaving Bamir out of this at this point.
please
Well-
do.
Well, actually, that's not true. You said the Traveler talked to you.
I
Oh,
Why, Bamir? Why are you so angry?
I'm rolling insight on Leif.
what?
You're lying.
I guess that's true. Yeah, no, I can roll deception. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up.
Oh god damn it! That was almost a 19.
I mean, I'll still roll deception, but even if I roll in that 1, it's still higher than your insight.
That's fitting.
It's a 20. Yeah. The Traveler talked to you. I don't know what to tell you.
He didn't roll in that. He's rolling on what you said.
Bamir, you're gonna feel a weird sensation come over you. And time is going to stop. You're almost going to see gray vision around you. And no one else is going to move. And over your shoulder, you're going to hear a voice.
Now listen here, you stick in the mud. You shouldn't be so quick to point your finger at deities, because this one might know something about your father. Now you should be a bit nicer, and maybe I'll tell you. Sometime. Play nice. Be good. Do good work. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
And you're going to see your vision kind of return to you.
Mir's going to glare at Leif.
Hey, why the steely stare?
Mir, what's up?
Well, because I noticed when it was happening to Leif before, would I have noticed that it just happened to Bamir
It happened
yeah, like-
very fast.
Okay.
very fast? Okay.
You might have basically gotten like a chill down your spine. This is like a real quick, sudden cold jolt. But other than that, it would have been really, really fast.
Nah, she didn't notice. She's winter court right now.
Leif, you definitely
Okay.
would have picked up on it because you know the sensation of the traveler.
I think the traveler talked to Mir and now he's mad at me.
Mm.
Sorry.
What'd you talk
Thorin
about,
has kind
Bamir?
of walked away at this point.
Thorin,
He's
come
like
back!
looking up and kind of talking to himself. Possibly to try to talk to Tyr, but who knows?
Oh, someday.
Did you say anything back, Bamir?
Thorin. This is not Tyr. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Oh,
No,
I want to talk
but
about it.
yeah,
oh.
it's a little interesting. Little tidbits with Bamir.
I think he's still mad at Mysteria. But
Where are these horses?
I don't know. We've been waiting for a while.
Listen, it takes a bit to secure this many horses. Thank you.
Not here.
It's
Sorry.
not exactly like we keep them right around the corner, you know, or that I even knew that you needed them.
You're not in this conversation.
No, I'm literally here with horses.
Oh, now you just suddenly arrived.
I
Horses.
was on my way back. It took me some time. I apologize. I didn't mean to keep you waiting.
For the sake of maybe being a little bit of an ass, I'm not getting any younger.
You lived so long.
Coming from an elf to a dragonborn, that's actually kind of funny, because I'm not either. Anyway, here are the horses that you require.
You'll
Thank
see
you.
5 horses.
Thorin's gonna go to whichever one looks the biggest.
They're all ponies.
Nay.
I think I just realized something.
I will just summon a war horse if I need to.
They're fairly stout-looking horses.
Machine will.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just realized something. That this is one of the only scenarios I've ever thought of where in D&D there's a certain spell that actually would be helpful that is never helpful in almost any other situation.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Out
we're
with
one
it,
level.
man.
It's Find the Path. It's a 6th level bard, cleric, and druid spell, and no one uses
Never
it
heard of it.
because it's useless, pretty much.
Literally
and this is
never heard of
one
it.
of the few scenarios where if we had it, would actually help us get to Brewcore. That's funny. Sorry, just clicked.
Ashin will throw himself onto the horse with grace, like an elf.
You are an elf.
And you are half elf.
Syria will get on one of the horses.
Urad's gonna walk over to Asteria because she's closest.
Oh no.
Here, take this with you. It's a map showing the last known location of Cryovane, and if you marry this up with the river, you should be able to follow the scout's path pretty quickly. If they find it, they're going to be doubling back to this trail. So there's a chance that you might stumble across them if they've already found it. If not, then just continue on and, do the best to kind of marry up what kind of visions you have.
Yared,
Yes.
is there any kind of phrasing we should use with your scouts to let them know that we're party to their business?
They know you.
Okay.
They
don't know him, though.
He's with us.
They know you.
Thank you.
I mean,
And they'll recognize the horses.
Okay. If you want, I can look like you.
Please don't.
Okay.
Oh, so could I. Can we do that?
Oh, Asheen, let's just let it go.
Okay. Sorry.
Let's go.
I'll get on a horse.
She's going to give you
your silence,
a kind of hard stare, Asheen.
No mercy. They didn't give him any.
They won't get any.
She's going to give you a nod.
I'm going to lean forward and whisper something into the ear of the horse. In Elvish. And I will use animal handling. That's only a 12.
Okay.
But I will say, with the wind.
As you do, the horse kind of points in a northern direction and takes off.
I don't have coconuts.
Away we go.
Yep.
And away you go.
Right.
I have one sorcery point down if we fight a dragon.
You ride for about a good half a day north. You do not see any of the scouts. But you begin to come to the river.
Can I roll survival looking for the scouts' tracks?
Sure.
When we get to the river, is there anything look familiar from when she scried on Burgor?
Not there.
Okay.
It's a 25.
You do remember the flow of the river. And seeing this does kind of bring that to mind. That the river, in your vision, when you were facing north, was flowing left to right.
I was wondering, as we're riding, I had a question for, I guess, some of you. I know you guys wear armor. I really don't anymore. I believe with the staff, I can cast mage armor on you guys. It lasts for 8 hours, and I think it might be a little... If you take off your armor, it'd be a little bit more defensive. But it's up to you. I know that some of the things, the druids or sorcerers that we dealt with, they had anti-magic looking areas. But it's a thought. I don't know. A little bit more against the dragon.
I'm content with my armor, thank you.
Okay.
If they're close enough to hit me, then something's gone terribly wrong.
You say that, but it happened the other day.
I didn't like it.
No, you got stabbed.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Well, anyway, it was a thought. If you need it, just let me know. I I really don't use the staff to its full capacity every day, ever. So,
So, DM, you said that the river was flowing left to right when facing north in her scry, correct?
Correct.
I'm looking at the river. What direction is it flowing?
Left, right.
Okay.
You look at the scout's tracks, and you indeed see two sets of tracks. One that leads to the east, and one that leads to the west. But you are able to pick up those tracks. So depending on which way you go, you could follow them.
How long does it take you to scry?
Let me look at the spell, because I don't remember what it says.
10 minutes, I believe. And
Yes.
the sensor lasts for a minute.
10 minutes. Should I attempt it again?
I mean, that's a pretty powerful spell for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, maybe if we're stopping to rest, I'd use it, but...
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want to pick the wrong direction here. There's a split in the tracks. They went two separate directions.
Well.
What would be a good check from memory?
Intelligence.
Is that it? Just intelligence check?
Just a flat intelligence check's usually to remember things.
It depends on what you're remembering.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Styria, give me an intelligence check, and we're going to see if you can peer back into those memories and delineate anything else that might help you.
16?
That was a save. You need to make a check.
Oh, sorry.
This is going to be the same roll, isn't it?
No.
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 Okay, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
All right, natural 20, let's go. So, Styria, you take a minute to peer into the river. Give me 1 second. Yeah. As you are kind of looking for anything, you close your eyes a moment and recall the images in your mind. And as you open your eyes, you look across the river. And you look down, and you look back. And you recall the width of the river. And you recall the river getting a bit wider the further east it went on the map back in the Five Finger Tavern. And you notice that, judging on what you can see from here, that the river is more narrow. Indicating that you probably need to go to the east.
Asheen, this river is too shallow. On the map, when I did the scry initially, it was where I saw him, the river was wider. And she'll point to the east. I think we should go that way.
Without even a word, Asheen just taps his horse on the side of its neck, kicks his heels, and takes off. in the direction she pointed.
Okay. Follows.
They follow.
The path in this direction is not open. Right? You're literally following the shoreline, so you're not going to be making as good a time as you were before on the kind of previously cleared path. But you're still doing okay. After about an hour of traveling down the riverbank, you come across a grisly scene.
My hand up signaled the group to stop.
You see a hooded figure in the same garb as of those in the followers of Venom Fang, strung up in a tree, gutted.
That's not good.
I look at Leif
Hmm.
and Bamir. Somebody needs to get word to Yared.
That's more Bamir's thing.
If you're able. I would like to roll perception to see what else I can see in the immediate area.
Sure.
I would like to go see if anyone's alive.
It's a 29.
Leaf, there is no one else in the vicinity.
Oh, it's just the one body?
Oh, okay.
It's just the one body.
Okay.
They are clearly expired.
Yep, no, got it.
Ashin,
cut 'em
as
down.
you examine the area, you see evidence of a trap. That had been triggered. You don't believe that this was the cause of death, though, as you find multiple sets of tracks. Fairly average-sized humanoid tracks that you might assume would be orcish, given who you've been tracking. And they seem to be heading back further east. Some even a little bit to the south.
A lot of tracks. May have been orcs. Whoever this unfortunate soul is set off a trap. I'm assuming scouts found them. Normally, I would say, let's take the time to bring him down. But we should probably maintain some stealth here and not alert anyone to our presence.
We're within their scout perimeter. We should be close.
I will lead my horse off the shoreline into the thicket. And I will wrap its lead around a thin tree. That way, if it really has to break away, it can.
Okay.
Continuing on foot then?
I'm going to.
Asteria will lead the horse off and do the same.
Yep.
Tell my horse to run home.
We may need the horses to
Hopefully
get
it knows
home.
common.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Yes, I want to whisper in its ear and tell it to go home and slap it on the rear and let it run off.
Nay.
Do Ashin or Asteria, do either of you have like stealth magics? I think we did that once before back in.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice, Joshine.
Okay.
Exactly one for hiding, so anything would be helpful.
Yeah, you don't look like you're the quietest. No offense. I'm not either.
Being the shiny.
He's
beam
gonna
with
kind of
metal
shift a
and-
little bit, and you're just gonna hear his armor just kind of clank.
Okay. So
Actually, like I shake my head at the sound of his clinking armor, and I cast Pass Without Trace.
and then it turns into shh, shh, shh.
And now it doesn't clink. It just
Such a good
Much
spell.
muffled.
All right, let's go. Following the tracks, I guess.
I will follow the main body of tracks that kind of headed further east.
Ashin, what's your passive perception?
21.
21? Okay. So as you are moving along this path, all of you continuing along after, Ashin, you, within the next probably mile or so, find 4 more traps of different styles. Some more kind of ankle snares that would drag you up a tree. A couple that were more devastating in terms of tripwires that would trigger some very nasty looking spikes to come hurtling in your direction. And you're able to disarm those.
Do you want me to roll to disarm them?
You're fine. But it's clear that someone has taken security here very seriously. And as you continue to make your way through and the sun begins to fall in the sky, it's getting to a late afternoon portion of the day. You come across a tree line where you see a multitude, many more tracks.
Are they like moving every which way, or are they moving like same direction?
They're moving, I don't want to say every which way, but definitely in kind of a diverging path, almost as if you hit like a T in the road.
I will whisper. Like I'll get up close to Leif first, and I'll tell him that I see the tracks going in 2 different directions, almost like they're like going around something. And then I'll go to Bamir, say the same thing, and I'll do the same to Asteria.
I'll just message Asteria.
And then I look at I look at Thorin, and I'm like,
He'll come down a bit.
and I'll tell him the same thing.
Love this. I need you all to give me stealth rolls.
Add 10 to your roll.
Yep, and add 10 to your
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
Okay.
12.
It's a 31 for me.
All right.
18.
37.
24.
Bringing the averages up.
Did Thorin roll with disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You suffer in that plate.
What was that?
Yeah.
Wait, what
12
was your...
for me.
It was 12 for
12?
you? Okay.
It came up as 18. I think it just put the two together and then rolled it up.
I didn't see your
Found you.
roll pop up on the
Oh,
chat
really?
log.
Yep.
That's okay.
Make sure that your
I saw the dice
DB Beyond
roll.
is still connected.
I saw the dice. I saw his blue dice roll. I just didn't see the
Well,
the thing in the
Bamir
chat.
has blue dice too.
Oh.
Mine are
No,
very
one of his was a 6.
crackly.
So
I'll try to roll
anyway, it's fine.
something else in there.
You guys did pass the check.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're fine. So
12.
Did you add the 10 that I gave you for pass without trace?
mm,
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, 12.
Oh.
He's got plate mail.
Disadvantage, man.
you're fine. You guys' average was more than enough to keep you up. As you begin to move forward, Ashin, through kind of the trees, you notice that the brush gets a little thicker and you move a little slower. And as you get a good 30 feet further ahead, you stop. You can see a multitude of orcs making various patrols around a center elevated mound at which atop sits a series of stones. Asteria, as you make your way up to Ashin, you instantly recognize this as the place.
But no Brugger.
Oh, there's a Brugor. There's a multitude of orcs patrolling around, black, lifeless eyes. There's a series of trees kind of in intermittent points around this mound as you get kind of up higher in elevations. And as you look, you can see that there are orcs tied at each of the pillars internally, with Brugor in the center and what looks to be a similar but more menacing kind of orc chief/shaman with a familiar kind of purple glow about his chest. And as you are moving around to get a better look, you see almost a purple translucent bubble around these stones.
To Bamir, I recognize it as the same sort of field, or is it a different type of field?
Leif and Bamir, you would, well, any of you that have seen this would certainly recognize that as an anti-magic field.
Okay,
The only
so
one who hasn't was Oshin. Because he was there.
In the sunlight, it's not very pronounced, but you certainly see it.
okay, so we know that at least arrows and stuff can go through this. Good.
Can I make an Arcana check to know what I'm looking at? Without having to be told? Because of my
Certainly
age.
try.
Okay.
Ashin was at the temple, and we told him what it was back then.
So an 11.
Yeah, Sheen, you definitely
It's magical.
you pick up on the fact that it's magical, and you can certainly see the weird kind of sheen, but on your own, you're not going to know exactly what that is.
Sorry. You're about to say something 4 different times now. I'm just waiting.
Mhm.
There is no dragon, though, so there's that. As you get a better look at the stones, you see that they have various runes carved in them that appear to be glowing. The orcs that you can see kind of across the way that are, again, inside and attached to these stones seem to have glowing purple eyes, as if possessed by the stone. Brugor is on his knees, head down, slumped over in the center of this circle.
I will pull out a piece of paper and I will write, how do we want to do this? And hand it to Leif.
And as you do, we will pick up next time
Burn
and
it.
figure out how to do this. Oh boy.
Boy.
Oh boy. Come across quite the scene here. Very interesting.
Okay. Magics.
Magics.
Thorin has a plan, but
Doesn't involve hitting things with a sword.
possibly.
I mean,
Not much has changed.
not much has changed.
A little different.
New sword.
That being
New
said,
sword. He's gonna do some other stuff too.
The man is taller, but the sword is shorter.
wow.
Or does it just look shorter because he's
Yeah. If you guys are hanging out with us here live on stream, we thank you so much for being here at both youtube.com/Dungeon Nytes and twitch.tv/Dungeon Nytes on Saturdays and Mondays for our respective campaigns. Please make sure you are coming to hang out. Look at that. I can't even plan it better myself. There's the banner right at the bottom. It says right there where you can go to see us. And also make sure you're checking out the latest episodes on YouTube. It's almost like I planned it. If you guys are catching us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you do so and hit that notification icon. Hit a little like on the video, see more awesome content from us. And don't forget that our monthly partner this month is Armada Games, shoparmada.com for your click-clacky math rocks and all kinds of good things. That being said, that's going to be it for us. We will catch you guys next time and see how we end up doing this. Because holy moly, it's about to go down. See you, everybody. Bye!
Guessing fire.